You know, ever since I started this YouTube thing, it seems like I'm surrounded by fans. When I started RVing years ago, I thought, oh, a fan would be a good thing. So what I did was I went out and I bought this thing. It's a big AC powered fan. It runs off household electricity and it moves a ton of air. This is nice and quiet. It pivots really well. It's a really nice fan. Really like how it works. The only problem is it's enormous. And I was looking around for alternatives that would move as much air but would take up less space. Thinking about size, I ran out and I bought these fans. This is a Lasco fan. I thought I could run it off of the inverter in my trailer, that it would take very little power because it was so small. It's got 2 speeds here, and it does tilt. You know, I could change the tilt on this fan, and of course I could clip it to things, and even the clip rotates. The problem is that this moves like no air whatsoever. So this was not successful, and I do not recommend this in any way, shape, or form. The other thing I did want to point out was I thought this clip would be a good idea, but I struggled to find a place to clip this that would not fall off or be in the way or whatever. Thus ended my exploration of AC powered fans, and I moved into DC powered fans, things that I could run off the battery. And the first one I arrived at is one that a lot of people recommend. This is a typical sort of dashboard mounted fan. You see them in semis and trucks. I bought mine from Vintage Trailer Supply because I wanted to pay way too much money for it. I'm told that at a Love's or another type of truck stop, you might get them for $10 or $15. What I did was I just wired this right into where the reading lights were in my trailer. So I pulled out the puck lights that were there. I thought that was great because it would be on a switch and it would use battery power, and I could use it when I was boondocking. The problem is that these are super, super, super loud. And not only are they loud, but the small size of the blades means they just don't move that much air. But along in my life came this. This is a great fan. So what this is the Sirocco II. It's made by Caframo Sirocco II. It already sounds exotic and wonderful. I believe it's Italian.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
It's made for boats. So what you've got here, and I'll give you a nice close-up of that, is a fan that mounts to a surface, okay? It has an on-off switch, and it also has a timer, so you can leave it on a sleep timer. How great is that? And then, most importantly, the fan itself is on a gimbal, so you can direct it wherever you want it and wherever you need it. So complete 360-degree coverage in all directions. And it gets better. So this fan is powered by a tiny, tiny DC motor. It wires in positive and negative on the bottom and slides onto a mounting plate. And this fan, on high, when it is moving a lot of air, draws 0.3 amps. So this is, you thought this was about fans, but in fact this is a love story. This fan, the blades are really wide. These blades also, when they turn, if you stick your fingers in them, it doesn't hurt. So you really don't have to worry about kids or just the sort of tight spaces of the RV. And the addition of the timer, the sleep timer, means that I can point this sucker right at my head when I go to sleep and turn it off an hour or two later after I've fallen asleep. It's just a great product. So what's the downside? Cost. This thing is very expensive. It's about $100, but you do get what you pay for. I've installed them in all 4 sleeping locations in our trailer. We tend to spend a lot of nights disconnected, a lot of nights boondocking, and I have 2 teenagers who are ready to complain should the temperature rise. But because they draw so little power, it really means we don't have to worry about running them all the time if we want. When I have all 4 fans running simultaneously, that's 1.2 amps on high. All 4 fans running simultaneously on low would be 0.4 amps. It's just not a lot of power. What I also like about these fans is that installation is easy. It comes with a separate mounting plate, which I mount to the wall using VHB tape. I just put some tape on here and stick this to the wall. And then there are keyhole mounts in the back of the fan that just slide right onto this plate like that. So really nice, easy to install locking plate, easy to remove these and service them or disconnect them if you need to. Quiet, low power consumption, moves a lot of air, and can be directed in any direction. So what's not to love? They are expensive, but they work really well. So there you go. You've been along for my complete fan journey from the exciting failure of this big AC powered fan to the unfulfilled promises of this small clip-on dealio, to the, I don't know, noise, the rancor, if you will, of this dashboard fan, to the costly but elegant solution of the Caframo Sirocco II marine gimbaled, ultra low power, beautiful to behold fan. I hope that helps.